breaking news.
That breaking news, a deadly wrong-way crash on I-77 northbound. A fuel tanker collided with 3 cars on the highway. Good morning. I'm Mona Kosar-Abdi.
And I'm Nick Foley. That part of I-77 has been shut down near Broadway Avenue for more than 6 hours. News 5's Meg Shaw is live on the scene. Crews are still there as well. And Meg, we understand the truck involved was actually leaking fuel onto the highway, causing a lot of mess here.
Yeah, this mess is quite large here on I-77 northbound. Cars are starting to back up here on Pershing to the Pershing Avenue exit on I-77 north. But here is a live look at the scene this morning. EPA is still out here on the scene helping to clean up the fuel that was spilled during this accident earlier this morning. Cleveland Fire actually saying 500 gallons of fuel leaked onto the highway because of this collision. They say the tanker that you see here on the highway tried to swerve and miss the driver, but it was too late, and he collided with also 2 other cars here on the highway earlier this morning. Now, EMS tells me 1 person was killed and another woman was taken to Metro Health Hospital in stable condition, but I haven't heard if the wrong-way driver was the person killed in the accident. Take a look. This is video from just shortly after the crash. It happened around 3:30 this morning. A car, SUV and van were all involved in this crash with the tanker. Now, the SUV suffered the most damage, so we think that may have been the wrong way driver in this crash. Crews were forced to use the jaws of life to get the driver out of the car after they became trapped in this accident. Now, this morning's crash marks the 2nd fatal wrong-way accident just this week. On Thursday, a 75-year-old man was killed on I-90 East after colliding with another car. Now again, back out here live at the scene, crews have been working for several hours this morning to clean up the fuel that was spilled here on the right side of the road. As you can see, we're by the Broadway Avenue exit here on I-77 north. EPA again on the scene this morning with Cleveland Fire cleaning up this fuel that spilled onto the highway. And again, this crash happened at 3:30 this morning. It's now 10 a.m. and the tanker is still in the middle of the road. So you can expect I-77 north to be shut down for quite some time this morning. Again, traffic is being diverted here on Pershing Avenue exit. It is backing up here on I-77. So if you're coming into downtown Cleveland this morning, keep that in mind. You may want to find another route. Live in Cleveland, Meg Shaw, News 5.
Meg, thank you. And as we reported earlier this week, these types of incidents are becoming a dangerous trend.
Yeah, we wanted to know what's being done to stop them. In the past, we have told you about several possible preventative measures being discussed statewide, like spike strips on entry and exit ramps. But ODOT officials say they've determined that spike strips are not effective. In Arizona, some people are testing sensors and thermal detection systems.
The detection systems are something that we've seen used. They're not widely used. They're very costly, and you have to decide where you want to put them. And that's why it's so hard to pinpoint where these are happening most frequently to be able to put something like that, because they just happen so sporadically.
So what is being done? ODOT says they have added more signs and marks on the road, but they also want to remind people not to get behind the wheel while impaired.